Hi, everybody. My name is Sarah, Pearls of Wisdom and Food. What? Where's my head? I just love my Guy Harvey t-shirt, and when I'm sitting like this, it looks like it's just a regular old white one, but it's got these just so many colors on it. I've got one that's blue here, and it's got sea turtles all over it, and we know how we feel about our keto food plan as eating like a turtle, right? Slow motion gets you there. I think that's a Hoagie Carmichael quote. So here's my deal for the day. Today I am having a taco salad, and I got here. I got my Fiesta Ware has a new color, mulberry, and it's kind of a blue purple color, and I ordered an oval platter. I have a brown Fiesta one, but that's boring compared to mulberry. And I will put my taco salad on it. And this these are my don't do this to me. My macros for the day are very, very simple, and I'm having 1400 and 1,345 calories for the day. Sorry, this is harder to read. 35 grams of protein, 12 carbs, and my fat is almost 118. The reason the carbs are 12 is not because of the lettuces, but because the little guacamole, the Sabra guacamole, is like 4 carbs. So when you have your avocado or your guacamole, you spend a lot of your carbs for the day. So I'm going to be having that with 6 ounces of grass-fed beef that I season like with taco seasonings, the shake-on kind. I don't buy the packets of that. And 4 tablespoons of Daisy sour cream. The only ingredient in Daisy sour cream is cultured cream, so that works for me. And sitting on the bed of red leaf organic lettuce and some spring mix, Olivia spring mix as well. And that's it. That's the simplicity of the day. I am OMAD and I eat 1 time a day. So a few days ago, Mike, also known as Keto Mad, also known as the Cowboy, said one little line that has stuck with me. And he said, I don't need motivation to follow my food plan because my motivation is information. And so he does follow a carnivore food plan, which is different than a lot of us here who do keto and have some greens and have some carbs. And usually my carbs are under 10. But yeah, and so if you're doing what I'm doing, which is always listening to other people, it's just fascinating to compile all the information, and then like it's sitting in a colander, and you kind of shake off the misinformation, and you go with what you are listening to. And I listen to a variety of people, peers in the keto community, as well as carnivores that are kind of in the keto community, as well as the professionals. And yesterday I watched some Dr. Richard Bernstein videos on diabetes, and it's just fascinating. And he's an elderly gentleman, and he's brilliant. And he does have so much knowledge about the ketogenic diet and things like, should we eat fruit, and how many carbs are safe in a meal. And a lot of his assumptions are on a 3-meal-a-day plan, which to me seems like so long ago. So yeah, I do my intermittent fasting. So I go 22 to sometimes 25 or 26 hours. Yesterday it was a 25-hour intermittent fast with a couple of fatty drinks, which means that I'm having my coffee with just butter in it now and heavy whipping cream. I haven't been putting oil in it for about a week. Just just to see. And so I've decided to cut back on my green leafy great big salads. I'm having only 4 a week now instead of the 5. And it's just little changes just to see how I feel and what my body does the day after a great big salad, or just having, like when I had the leftover keto pizza with the asparagus kind of underneath it and I kind of heated it up. I liked that, and it took a while to eat. And as I was saying on for a past video, is that because I'm a food addict, I like to know the volume. My body kind of has this volume marker, and it wants to know when I've had just enough food to satiate me. You know how they say, stop when satiated, eat to satiation. And when you're a food addict like me, it takes a long time to get to like knowing what full is. Because if I stop when I'm satiated, then if I had a little bit bigger portion, more of something, I might get full. And full to me is a little bit past satiation. And because I've been doing the same foods the same way for a long time, I kind of know what to prepare and how much works. Last night was my filet mignon tenderloin steak with some sauteed mushrooms. I have 60 grams of the mushrooms. I had, I think, less than 4 ounces of the filet, and then I had the salad on the side. And it was all enough. And because I'm a food addict and because I understand that my body thinks it needs more when it doesn't, when I left, or when I stopped eating, I wasn't full, but I was satiated. And so, whoa, that really, really, really takes a long time to identify. Some of you may identify with what I've just said. Some of you may say, I don't even know what she's talking about. I don't know what satiation means yet. And so I get that. When I had my keto pizza with I had 72 grams of asparagus underneath it. And that was another instance. So I've had 2 kind of experiments this week where I've really studied my feelings upon the Clean Plate Club membership that I have. So when my leftover pizza with the asparagus underneath it was done, I wasn't full, but I knew I would be satiated in a matter of time because of all the fats in the cheeses and the meats that I had on it, and so forth. And then last night, the oils in the salad, the filet, and the mushrooms that were sauteed in the butter. I knew that in a matter of minutes, I would feel full on top of the satiated. So satiated is a goal that I suggest for those of you out there, because to me, it's like, 15, 20 bites less than full. Because once I get to the full, if I stop when I'm full, like say it's a different dish and I'm not used to the portion and how it fills my tummy, I could overeat, and I don't like feeling too full. Not anymore. Not on keto. And you know that feeling that you used to have pre-keto at like Thanksgiving or family events with just too much of too much. I don't want to have those feelings again. So I do like to, and this is coming from a food addict who never had a full button. So to get to that place of just satiation, it did take a while. It took a while to identify, like, what does satiation even mean? Because I was just aiming for feeling full when I first started keto. And, even with the keto OMAD, there was a part of me that the addict was funny. So that was Tuesday night and Wednesday night this week in my food eating. And when I did just the asparagus and no big salad, and then yesterday, paying attention to my feelings, and both of them, it was funny, both of them had my addict, also known as Ms. Slick, say, "Hey, girlie, you're not getting enough to last you a whole 24 hours. You're not." And I had to laugh because she thinks she's right. And there were many years, maybe decades, where I honored her pushing me to eating more and more. And it didn't serve me well. And also, not to mention the things that I don't need anymore. So sometimes the journey is with foods, learning what our body likes, learning what our body can do without, even if it's like strict keto foods. And you know me, I'm all about real food. But then sometimes it's about the emotions and the feelings we have about eating those foods and about completing the meal. And if you are an OMAD person, meaning one meal a day, there is that panic that maybe there wasn't enough. Maybe I'll really get hungry. Maybe. And I have to tell you that after doing OMAD, I don't know how many months I've been doing it, to tell you the truth, that I don't have that panic now. I don't feel that like there's not enough. That was my addict that was telling me it might not be enough. But now with the Keto Mad the way that it is, I know that today at 3 o'clock, I'm going to be having my taco salad. It's going to be weighed and measured and prepared, and I will be just fine. And so it's just funny how sometimes it's emotion, sometimes it's changing up foods, sometimes it's just listening to the foods and learning about your body. You know that N equals 1, and you are an experiment unto yourself. And so what works for the person that you're listening to might not work for you. What works for me might not work for you. What works for most people might not work for you. You might say, well, that's good and fine and all well, but no, I can't do that. And I'm not a keto fire. And I found myself that, I got something in the feed that said 5 low carb recipes. And so it was very, very interesting. One was Craig Ruled Me from him, and it was a total carb recipe. Another one was a total carb recipe, and they both said total on them. And then one had net carbs of 12 for the recipe. Well, so you can only imagine how many carbs were in that, because net carbs is, as you know, where people cook something and subtract the fiber. And some people do a net carb keto. I don't. I do a 20 total, but really it's 10 total, but today it's 12 total. I don't subtract the fiber so I can go shopping for more ways to eat. It just wouldn't serve me well. So that was a bit of a little field trip into what people were calling keto-friendly, low-carb recipes. Just kind of interesting. So anyway, you saw my food plan for the day. It's real simple. Taco salad, a couple of coffees with some butter in them, and that's a wrap. That is my wrap. Under 1,400 calories for the day, or just under 14. And that's how I will go along. I work at midnight, and thank you for watching me. It's been a trip. I love my keto community, and thank you so much for watching. I will see you the next time here on Pearls of Wisdom and Food with Keto Under 20 and Sarah. Also, thanks for watching. Bye-bye for now.